Hello, welcome back to Great Ace Attorney Adventures. We are continuing on with the second case of the game.
We are investigating the murder of our dearly departed boyfriend.
Yes, we have just convinced Susato that we didn't do it.
Well, kind of.
Kind of. And we are investigating the room right now. Oh, and Susato just tampered with the fucking crime scene. I forgot about that, even though it was like technically on as we're recording this was like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, the very last thing we did before stopping recording was her tampering with the crime scene.
And then we continued recording some more. Anyway, back to the case.
Got a few more things to look at.
What do you think this is? It looks like a broken piece. But it looks like a broken piece of glassware. Whatever that thing was, it appears to have broken clean in two. The glass is such a beautiful color. It looks like a cute little Netsuke fastener from a kimono outfit. I'm not sure that sounds like Kazuma. He wouldn't have secretly carried a cute little trinket like this around with him, would he? Ryunosuke sitting there thinking, like, is Kazuma attracted to women? And the mark beside it. What is it, I wonder? It has some sort of brick-like hue. Yeah, you're right. It is the color of brick, isn't it? Even though I don't see anything of the same color anywhere else in the cabin. That's a very large traveling case, isn't it? Yeah, it carries a lot of memories for me. Memories? What do you mean? Well, that's actually how I stowed away on this vessel. I was brought aboard inside that case. Oh yeah, I see it says this way up in Japanese. Which, in hindsight, I should have realized the foreign crewmen would not be able to read.
Kazuma, you speak English.
They both speak English! I was turned over and over, and then I was tossed on the floor in here. Poor Ryunosuke, to be honest. Oh dear. Being a stowaway isn't as romantic as it sounds. Well, it was less painful than a Susato takedown. Did Kazuma write that before he died?
Use your brain.
It looks like it's written in ink. He must have knocked the ink pot from the desk when he collapsed on the floor. Then I suppose he wrote this message by dipping his finger in the spillage. Poor fuck. I thought that was Ryunosuke. Poor Kazuma-sama. No doubt he was in terrible pain. It's almost unbearable to imagine it.
It's like, I cannot stress enough how much weirder this case would be, or like how much harder this case would be if people decided to write in English, the language that everyone seems to commonly speak on this boat.
I know, right? I suppose he was trying to leave some kind of a clue in his final moments, was he?
Use your brain cell! One of you, please.
I'm sorry, partner, but I can't read your writing.
Alright, I forgot I can't read.
He can't read. He doesn't even know if this is Japanese. See? I don't think that's Japanese, Naruto-san. What? What language is it? This is so funny. This really is like, Ryunosuke can't read.
He's like, damn, Kazuma's writing got really weird looking in his last moments. Susato's like, that's not Japanese, you idiot.
It pains me to admit it, but I don't know. It's not a foreign script I'm familiar with. What does it mean, I wonder? I skipped that before reading the whole thing. I'm so sorry,
No,
everyone.
it's fine. It's more of like, I guess that would probably be more realistic considering they grew up in like a pretty isolated country.
Mhm.
But like, it's a Russian ship.
Yeah, I mean, because in my mind, that's like the thing too. It's like, I don't know, what do all of the crew members seem to have in common, and also the name of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Why? This is where dear Kazuma-sama would have sat whenever he was writing. London Diary. Poor Kazuma. He didn't even make it to his destination. It looks as though the last entry is incomplete. Which means, what? He was in the middle of writing it when the incident happened? Let's see what it says. It could be a valuable clue. Hiya! That is out of the question.
Girly pop.
What? Kazuma may have departed this world, but you must not read his private thoughts.
Girly pop.
But what if it's something important, something relevant to the case? Alright, I won't read it.
Girl, please. Please.
Kazuma-sama. I don't like prying into people's personal matters either. But in this case, isn't the need for clues more important? You're talking to the woman who just tampered with a crime scene in front of you, like, not 10 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm. Oh!
Oh my god, he's here! He's here! Oh my god, this is not a draw.
No,
I do love that he magically appeared, because I do think that, like, you're supposed to talk to the, like, Russian sailor before he appears.
I think that the game might assume that you're going in the opposite direction, and that you're not gonna that you're gonna look at the desk earlier.
Yeah.
Which is why it's so funny that we were specifically looking at the desk,
Mm-hmm.
and then he just appears on the desk as we're talking about.
Oh yeah. Well, because I think it's like you have to look at the desk, and you also have to talk to the Russian crew member for him to then appear.
Yeah.
Right. But like, because we didn't do that in that necessarily that order, you know.
Well, there's probably several flags you have to hit.
Maybe.
I don't know, like, what all you need to do.
Yeah. I was just trying to remember, like, how we did it last time.
No, because for some reason, I was, like, not sure if he came in here or if we left and then he came in, but I think we do need to he needs to be here for us to leave.
Yeah. Well, specifically, there is someone else we need to talk to in order to leave.
Yes.
Yeah. Who's that? He wasn't there a minute ago. Oh, do you want... Or, well, no, we're not talking to him yet. Once we start talking to him, you're gonna want the controller back.
Yeah.
As far as I can tell, he looked like he might be European. I do love that he says European here, especially considering how we voice him. Because in this case, like, or in the case of, like, the way we're doing this, Ryunosuke just means white.
Yeah.
Oh, how did he... When did he get back in here? You noticed the man too, have you? He's there? That's real? I have no idea who he is or how he got in here, but he looks suspicious. And tall. Suspiciously tall. Naruto-san, don't tell me. Do you really not know who that is? No. I don't have any foreign friends or acquaintances at all. This is so funny.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't look like a member of the crew. There's something very unusual about him. Is it the fact that he's a crazy person? Fucking kneeling on the desk like that? Is that what's unusual? Ryunosuke, you dumb idiot. And is he investigating Kazuma's desk, or is he just playing on it? I can't tell. Well, in that case, we simply must talk with him. Am I just imagining it, or does Susato-san look almost uncontrollably excited? By the way, I expect that you've noticed already, but just in case. If you press A on people when they're in the crosshairs, you can converse with them. I do love that she does not explain this until you have to talk to Shone.
No, because I don't think you actually do have to talk to the crew member first, because I think that when we last played it, there is like a bit where I was doing a bit where
you kept fucking pressing other things other than him,
yeah,
and unlocking like dialogue that was like way longer than necessary, and I was like, what are you doing? Stop that.
Yeah.
Which is also why I won't hand off the controller to you until we talk to him.
Yeah, I'm a horrid little troll.
You're a horrid little troll, and then you like complain because we have to like go through all the dialogue.
Yeah, because I was just doing it as a bit.
But yeah, but like, it's still important dialogue.
Yeah.
So we can't just like skip it.
Maybe so.
Also, I was like, you decided to do this. You will live with the consequences of your actions.
Maybe so.
Alright then, I'll get that suspiciously tall gentleman in my sights and see what he has to say for himself. Oh, please do. This is the happiest she's been this whole time. Here you go. Excuse me? Excuse me? Do you have a moment?
This is a critical point in my investigation. Yes, this is the accent I'm doing for him.
I will say that the very first time that we played this, which was like before we even started recording it, Mickey was trying to do kind of like a English accent, and especially kind of like a
Cockney.
Kind of Cockney, yeah. And this is the accent that came out of his mouth instead.
I was playing around with it.
I really think that you're like just getting control it coming out of your mouth.
I do slide into Southern.
Because you also like tried it like multiple times and kept just being Southern, and you're like, this is it. This is what I'm going with.
I mean, I didn't really know how to do a British accent before doing this game.
I thought you did.
No, I did not.
Incredible.
Just because I watched a lot of British TV doesn't mean that I know how to do the accent.
Maybe I should leave him alone. He seems a little unfriendly. Yeah, perhaps that would be for the best.
Greetings. Just talk so fast.
What exactly were you doing on Kazuma's desk just now?
Ah, I see. Fascinating.
Sorry, what do you see? Feels like he's looking right through me. Is he looking through my clothes?
Oh, yes. Everything's clear now.
You looking through my clothes?
The train of reason has run its course. My deductions have crystallized. You have been in Afghanistan, I perceive. Just recently returned, if I'm not mistaken.
Sorry? What?
And now, whilst venturing towards foreign climes, you find yourself in a most troubling predicament.
Oh, that's true, at least. But how?
How the deuce did I know that, perhaps? It was really a most elementary deduction. Hardly worth explaining.
Have you perhaps managed to deduce anything else?
But of course, a great many things. There is no mystery, my dear madam. For example, you have fled your native land of Russia, being as you are a merciless revolutionary.
Huh?
You leave 16 victims of assassination in your wake, and now travel to England to blow up the Crystal Tower, or Shadow.
Huh?
And when the beribboned occupant of this very cabin discovered your identity, you ended his life too. Yes, I believe that surmises the facts quite beautifully. No need to hide the truth now. Nothing deceives these eyes.
Oof. But it seems to deceive his brain. Just to be clear, you are talking about me, are you?
Certainly I am. Do you see another in this cabin who fits the bill? A Russian assassin with 16 victims to his name?
I don't even see one person who fits the bill.
Dumb as rocks.
So it's true.
Oh my god, Ryunosuke, you're Russian?
She is so fucking funny. It was you who did this to Kazuma-sama. What are you talking about? And you're plotting a revolution too? It's shameful behavior, Naruto-san. Absolutely wicked.
No, this is another thing about Susato, is like, that she's really smart until Sholmes is in the room. At which point, she throws that brain cell in the goddamn garbage, and you know what? I respect her for it.
No, I do remember last time we recorded this, you were like, I didn't like before the whole like, oh yeah, girl's dumb because the man hot, and then like, you
And then you really come around to it.
you really come around to it, and you're like, you know what, girl, fair, I'm dumb because man hot.
Yeah, girl, me too.
Me too. Now explain yourself. Tell me everything. This is ridiculous. Can I get up off the floor? This man is fucking gonna be so sore.
Mm-hmm.
How could you do it? For pity's sake, open your eyes. I'm not a Russian revolutionary, obviously. Forgive me. I'm dumb, man hot. And as for you, what kind of deduction was that? You were just saying the first thing that came into your head.
Ah, but was I not right? Whilst venturing towards foreign climes, you do find yourself in a most troubling predicament, do you not?
Well, yes, maybe.
Ha! Well, there you have it, you see. What do you make of that,
Well, to be honest, this ship is en route to England, and I'm in handcuffs at the scene of a murder. So, I'm not really sure you could call it a deduction. It's more plain observation.
Indeed. An observation, my dear boy, is the basis of all deduction.
He is so funny.
My method is founded upon the observation of trifles, you see. I announce my findings with brassy certitude, and more often than not, I'm right.
Huh. I don't think you introduced yourself.
Ah, my apologies. How remiss of me.
You hungry?
I'm none other than the greatest detective of the century,
Aw.
known to men and women the world over.
The face reveal. Jesus goddamn Christ. Oh.
Rude.
Mm.
The-
Inimitable.
Inimitable. The inimitable Sherlock Holmes.
So, it's really you? The actual Sherlock Holmes?
The very same. The inimitable, actual Sherlock Holmes.
Do you know this man, Susato-san? The most famous detective in the world? No-san, of course I do. There's nobody who hasn't heard of him. What planet have I been living on then? We must ask him what he's deduced. He will have worked out the entire case already, I'm sure.
She has not listened to a goddamn thing. She's just washing his mouth.
Really? Why do I feel uneasy about this? Yeah, she is just watching that man's mouth. She is like, I like the way your lips move. Say more funny words, Magic Man. So, you're a great detective, are you? I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Indeed, I'm none other than the one and only Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, I see, you're German? Herlock, is it?
No. I have no hair. I mean, I have hair. Oh, no, sorry. Whatever. I mean, I have hair. Please, call me Holmes. You can read all about my exploits in this exciting London publication.
Oh yeah, Randstone magazine full of wonderful short stories and interest articles from Great Britain. I never miss an issue. I have it sent from England especially. Yes, here it is. The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. So, you're the protagonist in a series of short stories then?
Indeed I am.
And you've read so many of your own stories, you started to think you really are a detective. I love that Ryunosuke thinks that this...
He's delusional.
This man's like fucking cosplaying, basically.
Make no mistake, I'm not the poor deluded fella you take me for.
I will say that it actually takes like a hot second in this case. Like, I don't think it's until they make it to England that Susato gets to the point where she can like read Ryunosuke's like facial expressions to the point that she's like answering to what he's thinking in his head, like the way Kazuma does, basically like immediately. However, Sholmes immediately.
Yeah, because I think that is partially because Susato is not trusting him.
I honestly actually think that it is the other way around. Because like they do describe in Sherlock Holmes' like wiki article that his form of like reasoning is called like abductive reasoning, right? And I do think that like because of his like style of like reasoning is like why he's actually able to like read someone's like facial expressions and like know intuitively more about that, right, than like other people would be.
Because I do think a really interesting thing about him as a character is that like he's so fucking stupid, but he is smart about certain things, and the thing that he is consistently smart about is people. But like not in a way that's like as obvious as it would be for other characters.
Yeah.
That like, because I do feel like it is like a very much intentionality on the writer, like in the writing.
Definitely.
That like he says dumb shit and waits to see how people react.
Yeah.
Because even when he was like doing the whole like, because the Afghanistan thing is a reference to Study in Scarlet, because that's the first inference he makes in the official Sherlock Holmes stories. But that like he says a bunch of things back to back.
Yeah.
And the only thing that really clicks is you're from a foreign land and you're in a weird position. And yes, that's a really obvious thing to say.
Mhm.
But, like, Ryunosuke does respond to that, and he's like, yeah, that's what I am. What else you got?
Yeah.
Your inference is backward.
Backward.
My trusty biographer records my greatest detective achievements and chronicles them in the magazine.
You have a biographer, do you?
Can't wait for her. Doesn't everyone? Mine goes by the name of Dr. Wilson, presently keeping shop in London.
Dr. Wilson? Isn't that guy dead?
I must say, thanks to that publication, I've been fantastically busy lately. Why, this very moment I'm returning from Asia, having solved the mystery of a cursed royal crown.
Really? I can't work out whether I should take this man seriously or not.
Yep,
Yes.
deduction, you see, is to me a science, logical reasoning in its purest form.
Science? Really?
The astute observer notices even the most subtle of reactions in his subject. A furtive glance, a twitch of muscle, a slight inclination of the posture.
I do love that he actually basically explains how he reasons through things, and it's not actually anything to do with, like, the things around him. Is just the people.
Oh yeah, well, because even when we do get into his deductions, like, 'cause that's the thing, is like he notices real things about people, but like he's never able to like put it together. Well, he'll notice someone is looking in a direction,
Yeah.
and then pick the wrong thing they're looking at.
Yeah. Or even like even if he does like pick the right thing, he like does come to like the wrong conclusion.
Mm-hmm. Fingernails, arm sleeves, furrows in the skin, all of these things are data.
Right.
I was like, and his... Nope, never mind.
Don't worry about it.
Crunchy character. And the trained logician makes deductions from this data in the blink of an eye. The ultimate conclusion is, without fail, the truth. As I demonstrated only a few short minutes ago.
He is so hot. Oh my god.
How
How can you look me in the eye and claim that?
They're so you see, I have a term both for observation and for deduction. And for fame. That it was what makes me the one, the only, Herlock Sholmes. Did you forget your own name for a moment there, boy?
He did. Have you managed to deduce anything about this particular case yet?
Have I managed to deduce anything? My dear fella. Who do you suppose discovered the culprit in this most cunning hiding place? That's right. It was none other than the great detective before you now, Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
I see. In other words, I'm in these now because of him. When I became anxious about Kazuma-sama this morning, I summoned all of the crew members to force the cabin door open.
And I concealed myself among their number, gaining entry to the scene of the crime. Yes, luckily for everyone, the great detective Herlock Sholmes was on board. And the handcuffs seem to be an excellent fit, Mr. Naruhodo.
Ugh.
The very moment I laid eyes on the scene, two facts were immediately apparent to me.
Oh really? 2 facts you say? Mr. Sholmes, tell us, please. What 2 facts were apparent to you when you came into the cabin this morning?
Ah, yes. But first, let us be precise.
Proceed.
2 facts in question were immediately apparent to me.
Yeah, I understand. But what were they?
Allow me to, I hate this word,
Elucidate?
elucidate. They use this word like a couple times in the game. I don't like it.
I wish you guys could have heard the visceral reaction that Mickey had the first time he had to say the word elucidate.
The 2 facts I deduced were from a mere momentary glance at the scene of the crime were as follows. Number 1. The cabin was locked from within, rendering escape of the culprit out of the question. Number 2. The victim was Russian and killed following a dispute with an acquaintance.
Hold on, Mr. Sholmes. What made you think the victim was Russian?
Observe the dying message left by the victim on the floor.
Oh, because the message was left in a hurry.
Russian word. That is the Russian word for wardrobe.
If anyone can tell us how that is supposed to be pronounced, I would greatly appreciate it.
I mean, Google can tell us.
I don't... Oh, wait. No, hold on. But, we know what it means. I just want to know, basically, the romaji of the fucking Russian word.
Oh, I mean, we could Google it. I just thought we weren't gonna bother.
I suppose. I just don't know how to make all those letters.
Sure.
What do you mean, sure?
You can simply Google translate wardrobe into Russian. Check.
Oh my fucking god!
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. You just use Google Translate, check to see if it's the same word. If it is,
don't
use
make
the
fun of
pronunciation.
me. I'm dumb. Okay. Garderobe. Alright,
Garderobe?
Garderobe.
Garderobe?
Mhm.
Okay. It is your line.
Oh yeah. Do you think Kazuma-sama could have left a dying message in Russian?
In their final moments, many find the native tongue filling their head. For this young man, Russian.
Yeah, considering all the Japanese script that's all over their fucking room.
Mm-hmm.
Kazuma was Russian. Was he?
Initially, I considered... Oh, see, okay, he does that.
Oh!
I considered Garderobe to be a name of a killer. A certain Robert God, perhaps?
Another reference to A Study in Scarlet.
Mm-hmm. But in the interest of thoroughness, I decided it would be wrong not to look inside the wardrobe there at least.
Where you found Mr. Naruto sleeping soundly.
Quite so! I found you, the renowned Russian revolutionary killer.
I do love that they say his name multiple times, and Sholmes knows the name of the revolutionary, and it's... Why is it that I'm Russian too?
Well, it's obvious. I observed that you were wearing the same attire as the victim. In other words, you were acquainted. And if my memory serves, that outfit is the traditional dress of the Russian people.
Our school uniforms are the traditional dress of the Russian people? I had no idea.
I love you so much, Susato. Pull your brain out of your pussy, please.
Please, for the love of God. And I had no idea Detective could get something so wrong.
I took a photograph of the victim and the message that I might analyze it for possible hidden details.
All right, to be continued. This is Utsu, and I'd like to say thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And feel free to share our videos, whether you have a few followers or a few thousand followers. Every share is appreciated by us and by the algorithm. We hope you enjoy our new featured art done by myself. If you are a fan artist and would like to get your art featured at the end of our videos, please see our description for an email and Tumblr blog where you can contact us. Thanks again, and we hope to see you next time. Bye!